My name is Jarvis Todd. I've been running WORLD TELEMEDIA now for a mere 26 years, and we're just embarking on the 52nd, I think, which is coming up in Marbella on the 8th to the 10th of October. I think one of the biggest differences with this show versus previous events, probably going back 5 or 6 years when people might have been a little bit disillusioned with the telemedia world, is that we've started to make the show a lot more international in its focus, and that was certainly with help from Impello, who are going to be running again another successful program of international country updates where delegates can get every single bit of information they need about 14 to 15 key markets, and their sessions are going to be very well received again, I think, and I think it just gives everyone some real tangible value right from the get-go. Well, I mean, obviously, like all events, everyone's trying to shoehorn blockchain and cryptocurrency into their programs in some way, shape or form, but I think WORLD TELEMEDIA probably is a very normal and sort of natural home for that, simply because in the old days we were very focused on a very specific type of premium billing, and I think again one of the reasons why the show's expanded is because we've tried to sort of generalise a little bit in terms of saying, well, it's actually billing now. What are the what mechanisms are people going to be using to buy value-added services? What are service providers going to be able to offer merchants in order to help monetize content? And that isn't specifically premium billing, it's a whole range of alternative payments, one of which, of course, is cryptocurrency. So at the show, we're going to be, it's still in its infancy, but at the show, we're certainly going to be introducing the market to how that technology is practically going to be having a major impact, we think, on the telemedia market in the next 12 months. Stroke the future. Carrier billing, does underpin, where we come from, and I think that the show, along with most of our fantastic sponsors and exhibitors, are still championing carrier billing and the opportunities that carrier billing offers to sell stuff to people on their mobile phones and other connected devices. I think one of the interesting things about WORLD TELEMEDIA, because we've got a more international perspective now, is that you're seeing DCB working in lots of other international markets. And so in areas, say, where things have been a little bit tricky for the UK, rather than getting down on that, they're starting to look overseas and seeing how things can work and ironing out some of the problems that have perhaps held the market back in the past. We've seen a real big increase in attendance from the affiliate marketing sector. And it seems to us as though over the last couple of years it's become the key route to market for marketing, value-added services. We've been really lucky to get some support from some, most of the major networks, and they're all involved in the conference. And on day 2, particularly, we're going to be talking about engagement technologies, strategies, and how you can actually work with affiliate networks to get your, propositions out to consumers. I mean, we've seen a really significant growth across the board. Sales are up 60%. I think last year we had a sort of 25-30 company exhibition. Now we're talking about 66 companies. A lot of those companies are household names like Google, we've got network operators like 3 there, all the big players, the Phonics. But it's also, I think, that one of the things about WORLD TELEMEDIA is that there's some very cool companies that might not necessarily be on the radar at Mobile World Congress 8.1. They're lost in the mix a little bit. And I think it's some of those smaller innovative companies that make WORLD TELEMEDIA really the dynamic kind of environment that it is. I mean, one of the things we try and do with WORLD TELEMEDIA is we keep everyone together. So one price gets you lunches every day, wine every day, access to parties. So there's none of this kind of, I've got to be friends with this particular sponsor or that particular sponsor. We keep everyone together, and that helps people build up a dynamic and a relationship that takes them right the way through the show, makes it a lot easier for them to do business. Obviously the parties, the 2 major parties, the gold sponsor and the platinum party, are the highlights of each day, and I can promise you that we have pulled out all the stops. There will be more fire, more cocktails, and more 3D imaging than you've probably ever seen at any trade show ever. And obviously Marbella is the perfect place to do that kind of stuff, so yeah, watch out, it's going to be good. Yeah, whilst we're expecting around 500 people, of course there's always room for one more, so please book your tickets early. Go to www.wtevent.co.uk and register as soon as you can. It's going to be a busy show.